of course, give you some awesome nuggets to give you some tips on building your business successfully. I first want to go over a few announcements. First, let's give a big shout out to all of our new customers. If you have just enrolled into International Markets Live in the last 30 days, I want you to put a 222 in the chat if you have been a part of iMarkets Live for the last 30 days. You're a new customer. You just said yes to iMarkets Live. I want you to put a 222 in the chat. All right, Aleka. All right. We got Pastor Latoya Barrett. All right. And I'm definitely going to give a shout out to Pastor Latoya in just a moment. But guys, again, welcome to iMarkets Live. This is our Saturday Team Huddle call, where we do this Saturday Team Huddle call every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern on behalf of our chairman leader, Mr. Rashard Duncan out of Des Moines, Iowa, that created this call to make sure that we as a team are always plugged in for trading tips, for building the business tips, and being able to always be caught up to date with any updates that are in the company. So guys, again, a big shout out to all of our new customers. We welcome you to iMarkets Live. Guys, this is a phenomenal opportunity. We are literally seeing lives change all around the world. As a matter of fact, in terms of testimony, I was actually on the phone with my cousin out of Atlanta, and I can't disclose her name, but she's actually been a part of the platform with iMarkets Live. She's been trading in the markets for now 9 months. And guys, my wife's cousin, which is my cousin by marriage, so she's still my cousin, she's actually made an income well over 7 figures in income by trading with iMarkets Live's platform. See, guys, over 7 figures in income in just a matter of 9 months. Now, past results do not guarantee future profits. Everybody's success will be at different levels of speed. But what I can tell you, that if you apply yourself at the academy and you really take this opportunity serious, your life will change. There are a few updates in terms of us as a company. I want to give this update to anyone that is an IBO. That means you upgraded to independent business owner. If anybody's on this call, if you are receiving commissions from iMarkets Live, and what does that mean? That means you have a customer base of 3 or more people. That means that qualifies you to receive a commission on a weekly basis from iMarkets Live. Okay, so iMarkets Live, they will no longer be using the Paylution or the Hyper wallet to pay you every Friday. This is for those that are receiving commissions, all right? So it says here, International Markets Live, beginning on May 18th, will no longer process payments through Hyper wallet Paylution. You may continue to use Hyper wallet credentials to collect any remaining balance from your Hyper wallet until June 28th. So if you have any money on your Paylution balance, you want to go ahead and utilize those funds on that particular Hyper wallet and Paylution card by June 28th. All Paylution prepaid cards will remain active until the card balance is spent or your card expires. If you need further assistance regarding your Paylution prepaid, starting this month, all customers will have 4 payout options to receive funds from iMarkets Live. For our global IML family members, our global, those that are outside of the United States, we would like to introduce Skrill with the powerful advantages of Skrill. So yes, we want everybody that if you're not an IBO, if you're just a customer only and you're just in the academy, this does not pertain to you. This particular announcement is for those that are receiving commissions from IML. You want to go ahead and open up a Skrill account, SKRILL. Go to www.skrill.com and open up a Skrill account so that you can transfer your IML commissions to the Skrill balance. You have until May 18th. If you happen to miss the deadline, iMarkets Live will actually hold your commissions until you update to Skrill. So there is a change in payment. Paylution will no longer be available, okay, beginning on May 18th. So right now, today, if you are an IBO, please go ahead and update to Skrill.com. If you have any further questions, get with your immediate upline and sponsor for more details about this announcement. All right, guys, moving forward. Guys, there is so much momentum that is happening in our markets live. I definitely highly encourage everybody that is on this call. All roads are leading to Houston, Texas, to the IML Take Flight event. The iMarkets Live Take Flight event is going to be absolutely powerful. I have already purchased my plane ticket. And guys, we will be leaving Friday morning at 5 a.m. All roads lead to Houston, Texas. Guys, this is what I know. If you want to grow as a trader, if you want to grow as a builder, exposure means everything. There is no way that you can grow unless you're exposed to environments that literally demand change on your life. So guys, on Friday night, we're going to have an entire several classes on different products that are in our Markets Live Academy, that are IML TV. We're going to have all of our instructors, majority of them will be there, teaching us how to trade. So if you have not gotten your tickets, I want somebody that can please put it in the chat for me. Go to IML Take Flight. Go to IML Take Flight. Get your ticket. I believe tickets are $97. I believe they're 97. Yes, they're $97. Go ahead and get your tickets for May 9th and 10th event in Houston, Texas. IML Take Flight. That is going to be our company event. And of course, our main company event will be in Dallas, Texas, September 13th, 14th, and 15th. That is our IM conference. So guys, you definitely want to go to IML events and go ahead and get your tickets for the IM conference. If you're planning on becoming a master trader or becoming a master builder in this business, events for me and my family are not optional. Let me go ahead and mute everybody. Yes, events for my family are not optional. So, guys, over the last, Rashard Duncan came to our region, Chairman Tim Rashard, last week for an event. And at the event, our team, we had, by God's grace, we had over 50 guests that were at the event. But let me tell you guys the power of what's happening right now. Me and Rashard, we was talking earlier, and he was saying, Carl, you know, pretty much you've done what squirrels do. You know, they go and they generate a lot of activity, and then for season after season after season, they have months of inventory to eat from. So, guys, over that period of time, as we were preparing for Chairman 10 to come to our region, myself and our team, we actually went out and actually got over 300 plus new contacts within a month and a half. So, guys, out of those contacts, of course, a portion didn't attend the event. So now we have over 200 plus phone numbers that we have in our inventory to now continue to book for the next event here in Virginia, which will be May 28th, 2019. May 28th, 2019. Guys, if you're looking to build a business in iMarkets Live, if you're looking to build a passive residual income, guys, you must build from event to event. Dr. China talks about the chairman formula. You must do 4 to 6 events a week. 4 to 6 events a week doesn't mean 100 people each event. 4 to 6 events simply means doing maybe 3 one-on-ones, or maybe doing 4 two-on-one presentations. So, guys, that's the actual activity that it actually takes to get chairman. But I want to encourage everybody. Sometimes chairman can be a big goal that you can't think of now. I want everybody to focus on your next rank. If your next rank is P150, let's get that done in the next 7 days. If your next rank is P600, let's get that done in the next 7 days. Let's focus on what we know what we are now, but let's focus on the next goal. And really, to really become a chairman, you want to at least have a goal of Platinum 1000, and then from there you can truly hit those goals that you have for your business. So, guys, I'm super excited. We still have customers that are still enrolling, people that are still signing up. This week, I went on the internet and I did a Facebook Live, and I was telling people that if you would like to learn about Forex, if you would like to learn about trading, go to dripnationmovement.com. Go to my website, dripnationmovement.com. Well, 2 people went on my website, filled out the form with their name, first name, last name, and they watched the testimonial video below. I reached out to those 2 people, and both of them signed up this week. These are total strangers. So guys, if you're not utilizing social media, all I did was I went on Facebook Live. I created a domain. Yours may be comewinwithardell.com, comewinwithlatoya.com. And I literally, I had my wife to continue to keep posting that link in my Facebook Live, and people began to go to the website. They filled out the registration form, and I was able to follow back up with them, right? And I was able to do a private Zoom meeting with them and got them signed up to join the business as a customer of International Markets Live. So, guys, I'm super excited about what is happening in our Markets Live and what this company is doing. As I've already stated when I first got on the call, my cousin from Atlanta called me. She said, Carl, I've only been trading in IML for 9 months, and I've already made over $1 million. Guys, I want to encourage you, go create your own story, guys, because people's lives are being changed. And I don't want to take up any more of the time. I know we have a powerful speaker, Mr. Ardell Joseph is doing some phenomenal things in the industry there in DC, and in Anguilla, in all different countries. Ardell is a powerful leader. He's a great trader in our Markets Live. And every time he comes on, guys, he always gives us immense value. So Ardell Joseph, you're my brother from another mother. It don't even matter. You my brother, man. I want to bring up my friend, your host, and I want Ardell just to give us some more nuggets as we enjoy this Saturday team huddle. Guys, let's put a 777 in the chat, and let's welcome Mr. Ardell Joseph.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Pastor Cole. I really appreciate you, my brother. Listen, I know I spoke to you a couple weeks ago, and I'm telling you, bro, you really inspire me. I know you have the background and the experience, and if only the people who are on this call right now would have listened to every word that came out of your mouth. All I know is that I clung on to every single word that came out of your mouth. I see Ricardo there in Dominica chilling on his computer Saturday morning, getting his thing done, and I know Ricardo is listening because he's a builder there in Dominica as well. Michael is on there. Valdez, I saw Valdez put a little nugget in my chat. And hear what Valdez said. Valdez said, listen, man, you guys are doing your leader and mentor Ardell a disservice. Now, I'm going to tell you, Valdez, I appreciate what you wrote in the chat. They're not doing me a disservice by not hopping onto this call on Saturday mornings. Anybody who is not on this call is doing themselves a disservice. You know why? Because guess what? The market moved all kind of different ways this week. I've had a trade that I swore was going to go in my favor. I decided not to put a stop loss in, and I had some drawdown on that trade. I said, you know what? There are two major events coming up. There's Wednesday. I put it in the chat, told everybody to look out for this particular news event. The market's going to move. Don't even ask me if you're going to buy or sell. It's going to move. It's going to be obvious. That for Wednesday and for Friday. I know Farran is going to probably talk about it because we had the Fed speak on Wednesday. We had the non-farm payrolls on Friday. All I want to say is that when I cut loose my losses on my GBP NZD that I thought was going to be dropping at first, and then, I mean, it was all over the place. All I know is that I say, you know what? I'm out of this trade. I don't want to mess with this pair anymore. It's volatile. And I decided to focus on what I knew was going to happen. What I knew was going to happen is that the USD pairs were going to move, because that's just what having knowledge of the foreign exchange market is. Being plugged in. Rashard always says you got to be in the know to be in the flow. I do my very best to advise people, when I know that there's going to be some market moving action or activity. And I'm so happy that I'm going to call names, people like Julia Turbo, people like Atrine Pemberton in Anguilla, Julia here in the DMV. We have a number of individuals who sent me back screenshots of money that I'm talking about. Some serious money was made in our team this week. But guys, it starts with the opportunity. First and foremost, the opportunity to join a real powerful movement, and not to oversell it, but really for people to come on board, get into the academy, get into the environment, being in pip talk, just talking trading, learning the lingo, learning what it means to be in the trading environment, to live the trader life, and to understand that this is a skill set that once you get it and once you understand the flow, the ebbs and the flows of the market. And when the first Friday of every month, you can literally have one trading day and the entire month. And if depending on the size of your account, you can eat for the entire year. This is the kind of, I'm talking about yesterday, guys, the GBP pairs went crazy. But why? Why did they go crazy? Most people probably don't realize is that it's because the dollar was threading higher for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And it got to that key point of resistance. If you listen to CNBC, if you just do a little bit of reading online, you will know that the dollar came up against major resistance and the dollar dropped. I mean, when the dollar dropped, guys, there are some currency pairs that simply go in the complete opposite direction to where the dollar is going to go. So when that dollar started to collapse convincingly, look at every GBP pair and see how they reacted as a result of the weakening dollar. When one currency, guys, when people are running away from one currency, there's another currency that they got to flee to. And this is a game that we're in. The Forex market ain't going nowhere. You know, there's a lot of Bitcoin schemes and scams that came about. I ran behind some of them, and I said, you know what? I have planted my flag here at iMarkets Live. You know why? It doesn't matter what happens to this particular company. The skill set of Forex trading is something that you really got to commit yourself to building so that you can pay yourself for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter what happens to iMarkets Live. I don't have to build an IBO organization. But why not build an IBO organization when something that I've committed the rest of my life to, which is trading? I'm trading Forex, I'm trading options, and I'm probably going to look at also trading the movement of crypto on the Forex platform, because now we've hit a major support level in the cryptocurrency space. Facebook announced yesterday that they're going into crypto. They're going to have a Facebook coin. Guys, I'm telling you, the field that we're in is so hot and it's so ripe. So Valdez, when you put in my chat that people are doing me a disservice, no, they are doing themselves a disservice. What have I done? I have added, see, Pastor Carl just said 3 to 4 events or whatever for the week. Now, I do every single Saturday night at 8 o'clock, I do a presentation call. I know Antigua is live on Saturday nights, so it coincides with their live session. I've decided to do what? Here in the DMV, every single Monday we have training at 6 o'clock. Then at 7 p.m., I do presentation locally. Then I take a break, and I've been doing some other presentations throughout the week, certain times for Zambia and so forth. So now I've just put a brand new special announcement for my entire team. Why? Dominica's on board, they want to support. Anguilla's on board, they continue to want support. We bring people into the business, and quite frankly, iMarkets Live has all of the support that anybody who is serious and dedicated would need to find. But the thing is, we're human beings, and a lot of us are lazy. Some of us need extra direction. I mean, I've been in school. I've been in multiple schools. I know how there are different mindsets for different types of students. So I've taken up upon myself as a leader to say, you know what? The people want a leader. I'm going to lead them. So now, every single Wednesday, I've instituted a new opportunity call, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Invite as many people as you possibly can, and then we're going to break right into a training workshop at 8 p.m. In fact, all of the guests are welcome to stay on the call. I'm going to, go into the IML Academy. I'm going to look at a harmonic scanner, and then we have Farran coming up right after at 10 o'clock. So it was strategic, because they need to see the harmonic scanner. They need to see how it works. They need to see that this thing is not difficult. If you stay committed and if you stay dedicated, you can change the life of you and those around you. I'm talking about your children, children. Guys, this is an opportunity that is generational. It doesn't matter how currency change, whether they go digital or whatever, there's always going to be the exchange of currencies. There's always going to be economies and economies of scale around the world. Just the other night, we had the Australian report came out with their CPI numbers. The Australian dollar got weaker. So we know that moving forward over the next couple of weeks, we can look at the odd pairs. Come on, guys. This thing is not difficult. If you're not in the know, you are not going to be in the flow. You simply need to say, you know what? I need to wake up. I've been really playing around with my iMarkets Live opportunity. I need to pay to play. I need to renew my subscription. And I need to get into that academy. I need to learn what I need to learn. I need to learn to do what I see these new people have been coming on board, and those who've been listening are doing. Yesterday, Julia, $400 at Tree. She probably made over $500 or $600. Now, results are not typical. The point is, when the market serves you up, you have to be ready to pounce. But if you have not been in your academy, you have not been on the harmonic scanner sessions, you have not been looking to see how those peers have been just pushing that Bollinger Band so deep, it has to come back. Farran, he teaches us every week. Tuesday night, 11:30 p.m., he's teaching the entire setup. Wednesday night, he's looking at the charts and giving the plays. Come on, guys, it's really not that difficult. So if you're not getting on the Saturday morning huddle calls, then you're not getting value. And then you don't know what's coming up during the week, so you're completely lost. You need to stay focused, you need to stay connected, and you need to stay committed, and you're going to win. Winning is a guarantee if you do your part, but I can't guarantee anything if you don't do your part. I'm telling you, the way how trading is, if people were to have the right account size, the right proper risk management, and simply using the harmonic scanner alone, they're going to be at the very minimum able to pay their monthly subscription. What does that mean? It means that we're going to have 100% what? Retention. And if we have 100% retention, that means there's going to be such a buzz in the sky, we won't have to be running after people. I told Farran that this morning. I said, Farran, all we need to do is focus on learning this skill. We will not have to be running behind of people. People are going to run after us. And that's how I'm positioning and posturing myself right now. And the last thing I'm going to say is I dropped a meetup website. I put a meetup website up last Sunday. And by Friday, I had 20 hits. So that means I need to get back in touch with about 20 people to figure out whether they are local in the DC area. Can they come to? So guys, for those of you who are in, be happy that you are in. But I'm after new, fresh blood right now. Fresh blood. People who I can share the vision with, work with them, and show them that this is what it is, and I'm not spoon-feeding nobody because we have a system that works. Back to you, Pastor Cole.
Guys, let's give it up for Mr. Ardell Joseph, man. You dropped some powerful jewels. Man, appreciate you, my brother. Guys, doing some powerful things in the DC.
I forgot to say.
I'm gonna bring up Rashawn.
Valdez said he had some drawdown. By the way, Valdez, I made back all my money in that drawdown, plus some more, because I mean I just shouldn't even been trading that if we trade, to be honest with you. It's like you're anxious to trade something. Guys, let's just trade the setups and let's trade what the market gives us. Farran is gonna get us into all that. But without much ado, I'm gonna bring up my mentor, my leader, my motivator, Mr. Rashad Duncan. Take it away, Rashad.
What's up, Ardell? What's good, baby? Oh, man, Pastor Carl, what's going on? I'm excited, man, because, you know, I think there's a lot of things that we can actually celebrate, you know, but the reality is we got people that are genuinely winning. We got people that are learning the skill. We got people whose lives are being changed. One of the things that I just have to send a shout out, since I know this first half, we talk about the building, and then the second half, we're going to actually focus all on trading. I want to send a special shout out to Pastor Carl and his wife, Angela. And I'm going to tell you why. I've been in this industry for a long time, and they did something last week that even myself, I have not personally done. You know, I was talking to Dr. China as well, and a few other leaders, because let me tell you guys something. When I went to their event last week, Pastor Carl and his wife had over 40, and I'm pretty sure he will correct me, but they had over 45 guests. Now go ahead and correct me, Pastor Carl, if I'm wrong. You can go ahead and correct me.
That's correct, sir.
So check this out. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. They had 45 personal guests show up to an event. Now, one of the things that I was sharing with them is, let me tell you guys something. When you guys are seeing these big iMarkets Live events that are happening around the world with 300, 600,000 people, I guarantee you, if that was the case, if that was the case, and you asked each one of those individual leaders, How many of you guys can stand up and say that you've got 45 guests in the room? I guarantee you there would not be one particular person that can say, I have 45 guests that's in this room of 1,000 people. That is unheard of for somebody, for a couple like that to single-handedly have 45 brand new spanking guests in a room. And that being said, I want you guys really quick to type in a 222 in the chat right now for Pastor Carl and his beautiful wife, Angela. I need you guys to do that because I'm going to tell you guys something right now. That is unheard of. That does not happen. I said, Dr. Chan said, she said, I've never had 45 guests at one event, one particular event. That has not happened. I asked Jewel Tanker, that has not happened. Like for somebody, so I need you guys to understand how much work went into that, right? And yes, and let me tell you guys something. As a result, let me tell you how big this is. I'm not going to put this individual's name out here unless that person texts me that it's okay for me to mention their name. I'm going to just keep it anonymous. You guys got to understand, we're doing the public a service. We're doing the public a service by informing them on what you are doing. If you don't inform the public on what you are doing, now you are doing the public a disservice. Listen to me carefully. We are doing the service, we are doing the public a service by informing them on what we are doing. If you are not informing the public on what we are doing, you are doing a disservice. Well, what do you mean? Let me prove to you the service. Because of Pastor Carl and his wife doing the public a service by informing them, they had a lady that came to the meeting. She stayed after the meeting. A beautiful lady, pregnant. Her and her husband's getting ready to have their first child, if I'm not mistaken. And she's like, this is amazing. I said, what do you mean? She's like, I just paid $1,500 off of an Instagram marketing thing to learn Forex. She said, I just paid $1,500. She's paying $500. They put her on a monthly plan, $500 a month to learn Forex. And then when she actually, and I said, can you show me what you got? Guys, when she showed me what she got, she actually showed me with her. She showed me. For the $1,500, she got about 57 pre-recorded videos. That's it. They said there's some homework assignments that they'll give her. She did some homework assignments. No one ever followed up with her, right? $1,500. So when she seen what we were offering, what that did, okay, she said, she mentioned, she don't mind if I say her name. She's on this call right now. Her name is Aleka, right? I want everybody, we're just going to call her A today. I want everybody in the chat to say welcome A, right? That stands for Aleka. I want everybody to say welcome A. She paid $1,500 to learn. But because Pastor Carl and his wife did the public a service, they have now saved this girl because listen, she's going to now get some value. We're charging people $225 or $325 in that little monthly subscription. She got 57 videos and no support. And and let me tell you guys something. A lot of those videos, listen to me, out of 30 of those videos were less than 4 minutes in length. I don't think y'all hear what I'm saying. 30 of those videos were less than 4 minutes in length. What am I saying? Pastor Carl and his wife did the public a service. Thank you for your services, Pastor Carl and Angela. And now my statement to you guys that are on this call is, what service are you doing the public? Because people are out here getting robbed. People are out here getting robbed. Why? Because they're hungry. They're wanting to learn. They want the information. Guys, we got the goods. We got it. You hear people talking about, oh, this is expensive. That girl paid $15. And listen, what she's about to get after I pass this call to Farran, what Farran's about to give this girl right now, she's never got that in all the money she spent, right? And so anyways, guys, listen, I'm excited. I'm just really, really excited. And shout out as well to Ravine Allen in Nebraska. Nebraska team just came on board. But guys, let me tell you guys something. Listen, do the public a service, please. Get out your little feelings. Get out your own way. You over here, well, I don't know if I want to just really share with people yet. I got to make sure this works for me. First of all, if you went into the academy and you got on IML TV and you actually are learning, then this is working for you, okay? I'm going to say it again. If you've got in the academy and you've got on IML TV and you've learned something, guess what? This is working for you. So stop all that. I don't know if this, I just want to stop correlating results or success with money. Because if you don't have the knowledge first, you ain't going to make no money. That's just a fact. So we're giving you the knowledge so that you can make money. So stop putting the pressure. And it's no, and to make sure this works for me. Y'all better cut all that out, because I'm going to say it again. If you got on the academy and you've learned something in the academy, you've got on IML TV, if you got on the harmonic scanner, if you're on this call getting value, then this is working for you. Okay? So do the service, do the public a service, please, and inform them on this amazing stuff that we got. And let's continue to help people. So that being said, I'm gonna pass this to my man, Farran Hayslett, right? Let me tell you guys something. This guy has the most, I'm gonna just say it like this. I believe Farran Hayslett, you know, in addition to my wife, Daisy, to having patience and wanting to work with people. I've seen a lot of people get on IML TV, or a lot of people don't have the patience when it comes to teaching. Why? Because we come from all different walks of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that don't know anything. That
Hey, Tim, something happened to the call?
Yeah, Rashard dropped off.
Hey, Farran, are you there, brother?
I'm here. I didn't know if that was. I'm over here wiggling my mouth.
I'm going to make you host, bro. I'm going to make you host.
Gotcha. Perfect. I thought it was me over here.
Hey, look. Hey, guys, let's give it up for Farran Hayslett. This guy is killing and dominating the charts. He's also my other brother from another mother. I'm still waiting for him to come to Virginia, but we're going to make that happen, sir.
And don't forget to hit record of Drive It.
Hey,
my man always on the road. No doubt.
Hey, Farran.
Wait. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I just edified Farran, Rashard.
Okay, listen, I'm glad you did, but I'm going to finish my edification. So y'all hold on a second here, okay? Because we're gonna rewind. We're going to rewind this thing out. What's the last thing you heard me say, Pastor Carl?
You were talking about, you were edifying Ardell's person. You were talking about the public, a disservice. Yeah.
But was I starting to talk about Farran yet?
You were starting to talk about a Daisy and myself.
Okay, so basically what I was saying is this. Guys, let me tell you something. Farran Hayslett this guy has some of the most bedside manners when it comes to really educating and teaching people this skill set, because we come from all different walks of life. So it's not easy to be patient with people. Some people don't even know nothing about computers and they end up in our program. So we need people like a Farran Hayslett that can really be patient with people and help them to bring it to really break this thing down. And so listen, I know Pastor Carl just brought him on here, but I'm big on edifying our leaders. So listen, before Farran actually takes the throne and begins to teach us some things in the market and answer questions, I need you all to type in a 333 in the chat right now to show some love and respect for Farran. Because let me tell you guys something. This right here is a service in of itself. And this guy takes his time like a surgeon, digs into the market, digs into the harmonic scanner. And if y'all ain't up on that tick, 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 boom strategy, That boy is killing with that boom strategy using that harmonic scanner. So I see the threes coming in the chat. And Farran, let me tell you something. I hope you heard the story, Farran. The girl paid $1,500 to learn, bro. And what she's getting right now in this webinar, in this 160-minute webinar, she has not got that for that $1,500. So I need people to be excited about what we're doing. But that being said, the threes are in the chat. I want to introduce to you. Some of y'all is the first time. Some of y'all already know what it is. But I want to introduce to you the man himself, the Emmett Smith, okay, the Troy Aikman of trading,
Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboy. Okay, he's a Dallas Cowboy fan, y'all, but he's good though. Okay, but I want to introduce you guys to Farran Hayslett. I personally feel is one of the absolute best Forex traders in the entire industry. Yes, I can say that because of how disciplined and how consistent and how precise this guy is, right? Now, he ain't gonna brag about himself, but I can brag about him. So that being said, y'all, let's welcome Mr. Farran Hayslett.
Hey, bro, appreciate that. I will say I'm a little disappointed, though, that you didn't introduce me in your voice, man. I wanted to hear that.
All right, Hayslett.
I want to hear that voice again, bro. Talk about, the voice where people in their feelings, that in their feelings voice, right?
Man, I hate that voice, man. I just want to make sure this works for me first. I just want to make sure, man. I hate that voice, bro.
That's good, man. I will say, bro, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That introduction, man, by you and Pastor Carl. Bro, I live down the street, man. I was just thinking about it yesterday. I was like, I did not see Shard and Daisy at all this week, bro. So I need to get over there next week. You pick a day, man, and I'm there. Guys, welcome to the call. We got some phenomenal leaders. Richard, those nuggets that you just dropped, man, and to be able to and to have people like Pastor Carl and Ardell, leaders like that on your squad, bro, just kind of, again, man, it just shows the type of leader that you are, because I see it pushed down. I see the grind on both ends, and man, and I didn't get a chance to welcome you, but welcome to the squad. We're gonna do our best to show you how to move in this market without spending $1,500 to do it, right? We will, matter of fact, we are going to show you how to get that $1,500 that you spent back. And so, man, welcome, Pastor Carl. You're right, bro. I need to get out there. And I saw the text that you sent me, and I meant to send it back, but I knew I had something going on that week, and I'm actually going to be in California. So before I text you back, I needed to verify. And I forgot to text you back.
Because you know I'm on top of follow-up, right?
I know you was gonna hit me back, bro. But I'm gonna be in California that week, bro.
You talking about May 28th?
Yep, I actually fly to LA for that Memorial weekend, bro. I'm gonna be there that whole week.
Okay, I'll text you a new date right now.
Yeah. So I apologize, man. Guys, welcome, man. Ardell hit some nuggets, right? It's all about following what the market is doing. A lot of times we're trying to force these trades, but man, when you understand the sentiment of the market, then you know which pairs to follow. And so last week, guys, I know we looked at a couple trades. We looked at GN. We were looking at GN to hit some resistance at a certain point, and it never did. That thing just continued to take off to the upside. Man, if we cut our losses, great. I didn't get in of GN. I had forgot all about it. That thing had accelerated past that point. And so I was, if you understand kind of the movements in the market, when we draw up a resistance and we don't get that turnaround, then yeah, we don't push that. We don't move in that direction, right? But I think USD Chef definitely went in our way. And there was a couple of different trading opportunities with USD Chef that if you were on my sessions on Tuesdays and Wednesday, then you were able to take advantage of those moves, right? We took advantage of the down move and the up move, right? That's what I'm talking about when I say staying in rhythm with the pair. And I'll share my screen real quick, and we'll look at that real quick. We'll look at USD Chef real quick. So when we talk about staying in rhythm with a pair, right? On my sessions this week, I talked a lot about patterns. And so last week when we were on, I looked at USD Chef and I instantly said, man, guys, we have a nice triple top pattern, right? And we're all about trading patterns in the market. And I mean, if you guys, and real quick, I'll share my pattern cheat sheet for those that are new and those that may not have it. I'm going to share it real quick. And there it is. Let me open it. Now let me share it. Boom. So I was talking about patterns this week on my sessions, and we kind of got back to just pattern trading, right? And, you know, we talk a lot about, guys, pick one strategy, stick with it, pick one program, or pick one product, stick with it. You know, you want to stay consistent in the market, and you could do the same thing about, you know, you could pick several pairs and say you only want to trade several pairs, or you can pick patterns in the market and say, listen, I only want to trade certain patterns. But this pattern cheat sheet really, really works. It's really, really helpful in determining a bias in the market. And so we looked at this particular pattern for USD CHF. You see this triple top pattern, right? You see we had that, you know, we were trading in between the zone, right? We drew up our zone and we had a one move. We came down to two. We had a second top, right? And then we had this third top, and then we had a break. That's what we were looking for in that market. And so, and hopefully you guys have had an opportunity to screenshot this. I'll give you a couple seconds if you're new and you have not screenshotted this. This is something you want to have in your toolbox, right? This is something you want to have because the market forms these patterns all day, and you just got to practice learning them, understanding them, and being able to recognize them. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to my USD Chef, right? And I'm gonna go to a clean chart real quick of USD Chef, so that way, you know, we could just break this down real quick. So if we were gonna draw it just like the picture showed, right? The first thing we want to do is kind of box in a level that or a zone that the market was trading in between. And so we're going to box this zone. We're going to box that low there and this high here. Okay. So I want you guys to focus in on this. Right, and you can probably see it even better, right, on this 4-hour chart. But this is the zone that you want to focus on, right? We saw the triple top on the 4-hour. And so one thing I talked about was, you know, the time frame in which you're identifying the pattern. That's the time frame that you're going to trade this pattern on. So if we identify this pattern on the 4-hour chart, understand it's going to take a while for it to form, but you're going to identify it and you're going to move according to the 4-hour chart. So if we draw this up, you guys see we had this 1 move, 2 move, 3 move. We had a half move down, boom, back to the third top, and now and then look, we had that initial move. I'll give you this. Where's my other? Boom. And then we had this down move here, right? Do you guys remember what the triple top looked like? It looked exactly like that. So that was textbook, right? That was textbook. That was a textbook move. So we were able to push this market down, right? Now it came down. If we look left, right, we saw that this resistance was right here. Look what happened to the market at that point. It found that same resistance and pushed back up, didn't it? Now, if I go to a lower time frame, go back to the 1 hour, this is what I taught on my session. I said, listen, market found support there, and then what did it do? It accelerated back to the top, right back up, right, which was a nice impulse move. And then look what happened. It formed a nice flag pattern. So let me go back to the cheat sheet real quick. Because again, I just want to, I'm just going to show this real quick and then we'll move forward. Because I just thought this was good this week. If I go back to the pattern cheat sheet, for one, you guys see the triple top. So there's a number of, so there's two types of patterns. There's reversal patterns and there's continuation patterns, right? Triple top pattern is a reversal pattern, right? Now, once that thing impulse moved up, I instantly said, is it forming another pattern? And when I looked at my cheat sheet, I said, well, and I talked about this on Wednesday, I said, well, we might have a continuation pattern, which is a potential flag pattern, right? You guys see that move there or that pattern there? That's another very recognizable pattern in the market that you can trade. Trading doesn't have to be difficult. It could be, I trade patterns, right? I'm one of those guys. That's what I see in the market. That's why I trade harmonics. That's why I teach harmonics. That's why I teach a lot about these Forex chart patterns, because I can recognize patterns. I mean, I learned to do that in kindergarten, which we all did. So now if we go back to USD Chef, and we stay in rhythm with that pair, look what we had. We had a bullish continuation pattern, right? So I said, well, listen, because of that, right, we can take this market back up to this point. And why did I count this 1201 area or as a take profit? Because if I look left, I get. I'm sorry, what was that? Antonio, you talking to me?
For the
okay. So when I look left, I saw that resistance point right there. We all can see it, right? This is where the market found resistance and fell down. So I said, listen, the market will probably find resistance right there. That's a good take profit level. And then we can get out that trade. Now let's combine that with what Ardell was talking about earlier. He talked about staying in rhythm with or understanding the sentiments in the market, knowing why the market is moving, why it's moving. So this is the USD pair, right? So if you guys followed the market, there was USD news. If we go to Forex Factory, right, this is where I love to look for the news. See if, we follow red folders to understand, what pairs could really be, which pairs could get some movement behind it based on the news. So if we go to the calendar, right, and we look at these red folders, we pay attention, right? USD was Tuesday, but look at this. 10 a.m. or on Wednesday, right, we had FOMC news, right? Federal Reserve news. And what happened with that news? Well, the feds came out and said, listen, we're not going to raise rates. The federal funds rate, right, is the rate that's used to calculate interest rates on mortgages, imports, exports, or sorry, exports. It's news that's associated with, potential student loans, credit, all of that is based off this federal funds rate. So they said, listen, last year they were talking about raising the rate 4 times. They did it 3 times. This year they were talking about raising it a couple more times. But the Fed said, listen, we're going to keep these rates the same because the market's not growing as fast. The economy's not growing as fast as we had originally hoped. Matter of fact, we're going to revisit this in 3 months, 4 months. We may have to decrease the rate because we may have raised them too fast, right? And so when they said that, we said, well, dang, that doesn't sound good for the U.S. dollar, right? Raising rates means the economy's strong. It's going to continue to grow. We're growing. Everything is moving in our direction. So we could continue to, inflation, things are growing. We should raise this rate. But they didn't say that. They said, listen, we're not growing as fast as we had hoped. So therefore, we may have to adjust our original plan and pull back a little bit. So boom, put that in your head, right? The market may have moved up at that point, but you knew, man, that's probably a false move, right? That sounds false. So they now take it to NFP, right? Non-farm payroll on Friday. And so if we look at this, right, this is always the first Friday. We had forecasted 181. If I click on this folder, okay, we have forecasted 181 jobs, but the U.S. created 263 jobs. So doesn't that sound better for the USD? Like if we go back to USD Chef, if it's a U.S. pair, we would think the U.S. dollar is supposed to go up because of that news, right? But what happened? If we look, the market fell. The market fell. Why? Because of that notion that, listen, okay, we're creating jobs, but what kind of jobs are we really creating? We're not creating jobs that are where the wage growth is growing, right? Wages aren't going up. I'm not, if I got a job, everybody got a job, but man, did my salary go up 4%? Did my salary did I get a 6% raise this year? No. Most people aren't even getting 2%. So the wages aren't increasing. So therefore, you might be adding more jobs, but are these part-time jobs or are these full-time jobs? Are they offering benefits? Are they jobs that where the family or I can feed my family or boost my lifestyle? Probably not. So therefore, the market, right, it was a false move. If we go back to Wednesday, we knew that this was going to happen. The market fell at that point. The market fell at that point. So if you understood what really was happening, right, then you saw this resistance right here. You saw this resistance right here. Then you're like, USD Chef at this point is going to fall. And what did it do? It fell. Right? It fell. So now we just stay in rhythm. If this is a pair that you want, you stay in rhythm. Look at this reversal pattern up here, right? The market was setting up. Man, Stevenson Lindor told me one time, this was the greatest thing he could ever told me, man. I was talking to him on the call. He said, listen, the market or news doesn't move the market. The market moves because of the news. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. He said the news does not move the market. The market moves the news. It's already preparing for it. Remember, we're retail traders, right? We're not the ones that are moving the market. It's the banks. It's the big time institutions. So they already know, right, what's happening in the market, right? He says like this is, and it's real. The market was setting up for this. The market was already setting up for the fact that the Feds weren't moving. Man, before that news came out, I had already had a publication that told me the Feds weren't raising rates. So we already knew that. That's why you had this big reversal pattern happening right here on USD Chef, right? Market already gives you clues. Absolutely, they do. And this is why this reversal pattern was setting up. So when the market shot back up here, I wasn't scared. I wasn't like, oh, my triple top was wrong. I just was saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm just staying in rhythm. So if we go back to my original drawing of USD Chef, right? If we look at this, go back to the 4 hour, we drew this up last week, right? We had this trend line here, and I said this point, this orange point right here, and at the time I didn't know why, but then when all the sentiment came out, I said, oh, now I know why. I said this point right here is significant. If we can get a break of this point of this trend line, boom, and we get a break and retest of this B point, man, this market can come all the way down, right? To do what? To test this original trend line. This original trend line. The market was already setting up, and we got our reversal pattern, right? And so if I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, I could potentially get in on this market, and we're talking almost 200 pip moves right now. 200 pip moves right now. USD Chef moves slow, but shoot, I'll slow move for 200 pips. Matter of fact, I like slow moving pairs. Why? Because I can get in at this. You know what I'm saying, and put a large position on it, but my risk is very, very minimal. Right? My risk is up here somewhere. Right? If I got in here, you know, I'm talking about a 40 pip risk with an opportunity to catch 200 pips. Sign me up every time, guys. Sign me up every time. Every time. And so, looking at this, man, you know, you just want to stay in rhythm with that, with USD Chef. And that's how you put everything together, right? And Soka Skip says he always starts his session by looking at the DXY. And that's that's a great point. He does. I watched him enough to see the DXY, which is the US dollar index, right? It's going to tell you a story, right? Let me see. I didn't draw it up. But if I go to the US dollar currency index, you know, what is it telling me? What is it telling me? Oh, you know what it's telling me? If I take my fib tool and I draw from this high to this low, hot dog it. What is the magic fib number that we look for the continuation of a position? So if we're moving down and we get a pullback, what is the magic number that we look for? Everybody should know. Bam, 618, 618, 618. Look what the index did. Right? And this is in A, I forget how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. This may be a little confusing as you're getting started, but it starts to make sense as you continue to look for look in the you continue to get on these sessions. But boom, 618. That's where the index is at. So what do you think? That's the magic number. Now we can continue to take this market back down. The DXY has come back to our magic 618 number. Bam. All of it aligns. And so again, you know, the news isn't moving the market. The market's already moving. The news is just catching up. That's it. That's it. And so I sent out an update video yesterday as well on some of the pairs that I looked at on Wednesday. GBP USD was one, right? For those who are new, just let you know. Yep, appreciate that note. But I send out an update on GBP USD because we were trading GBP USD from on Wednesday, right? And I gave out this trade from this B point to this point here, right? And I also said, you know, that was 30 pips, but I also said, listen, if we get a break and retest, we could potentially take this market down here. That was on Wednesday. But then because of NFP, and I knew the sentiment of the market, I said, guys, hold up. GBP USD might not come back down here. I said, look, the sentiment of the market is saying the US is weak, the USD is weak, so we could find some support here and we could potentially take this market back up. Now, why did I say that? Look at this. Not only, if I go to the 4-hour real quick, you know, I had this nice trend line that was drew, this black line. Look what happened. We were coming back up on the support, right, or the retest of that broken trend line. The market broke up on this trend line. It came back down to retest it, right? The market's giving you clues on what the news is about to do. Not only that, what did I say? I said, man, if we just look left, right, look left, the market found support here, right, and did what? It pushed up, right? From this point here to here, the market pushed up 150 pips. Also said, look here, this found support here. The market found support here, right, and pushed up, you know, over 200, 300 pips. So I said, well, look where we are. Well, so if I just drew a line, right, at this support, and I haven't even gotten into any indicators of Bollinger Bands or nothing. I'm just going to color that red real quick. If I just drew that line right there, that red line, and we just stay in rhythm with it, look where the market came to. You can really see it on the 1 hour. Look where the market came to. Found support when that news hit, and then what did I say? This market probably, you see this purple, you see this little purple arrow, says market probably going to continue up. My man hit me. He said, man, what do you think GBP USD going to do now that the new? I said, it's just going to keep going up, bro. And that's, excuse me, and that's what it did. It's going to keep, it just went up. So now, because you understand the sentiment of GBP the US dollar, you know, you just stay in rhythm. You trade this. If you get a pattern, you look for the pattern. You get a break. You got that break of this structure here. Let it retest it and continue to take that move up. Right? I mean, this is when I say we just staying in rhythm. Right? This is easy. This is easy trading. We stay in rhythm. But that's how. Don't forget to look left. Don't forget to understand what the market's doing. I know it seems like a lot, right? That's why we try to figure out. That's why I give you guys the harmonic boom strategy. That's why we have, you know, bounce back. So that way, if you don't, you know, if you're not into it like we're into it, you don't understand all these moving pieces. You don't have to. You can gradually get there by the products that we have to offer. But those that really want to take this thing to the next level, this is how you do it. You put it together. You use your patterns. You use sentiment. You understand, and if you don't understand how a certain sentiment can affect a pair, you get on IML TV and you ask your educator. Some may know, some may not. I don't know everything, but I know which the ones that I'm really close to. Right, I kind of try to stay in rhythm with USD, and I try to stay in rhythm with GBP. So, That's that. So matter of fact, I'm going to give you guys USD Chef again. I'm sure you all have it. Key to the rent. Oh, 1 second. Hey, I'll be off here in like 10 minutes. I'm sorry. So let me give you guys USD Chef if you don't already have it. So you can just kind of pay attention to these levels. So Skip asks, do you think GBG will push past 13350? Let's look at it, right? Let's look at it. GBP USD. Let's look at it. $13350. This is the level, right, that she's asking about. So let's just pay attention to this level. What I see, right, and I'm going to give it to you. This is what I see, and it's something that I didn't put on the video yesterday, but it was something I was looking at. I see an Elliott wave pattern, right? So I'm going to start here at this point. Matter of fact, let me change the color. Let me change this color to purple. So I see, market starting here. I see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move. So we know that with Elliott waves, after you get a 5 wave move, you need an ABC correction. So I see A, B, and we know C needs to move above A, right? So the way I'm seeing this move, right? The way I'm seeing this move is, and actually, let me see. So this point was significant. This 4-wave move. This was here. This position here. Okay. And I know this looks ugly, so I'm going to clean it up. Give me a second. Matter of fact, let me go to a cleaner version. GBP, USD. So I'm going to draw this trend line here. Okay, these are areas of resistance, right? Why? Because this is where the market found some either resistance or some support. So I'm just going to kind of highlight those zones. Okay, and I'm just going to draw some zones of support now, resistance, where we can see the market kind of. Okay, so as I was saying, A, B, potential for C. So this is what I see. And then I'm going to draw my fib, right? We got a high here. We got a low here. Let's take our fib tool. Boom, we're right here. We're up on the 618. We're right up here on the 618. So we're definitely gonna get some pullback on this. We're right. Look at that. That's fib confluence. We're up. We're right up on support. Right. We're right up on a resistance line. And not only that, we've come up to the 618 area. Right. So this is what I'm thinking that this pair is going to do, because you got to remember that GBP USD is not only just driven off the USD, it's driven off of, pound pairs, off the pound as well. So you really got to see which is actually driving this pair. If we go to Forex Factory, we had all our USD news last week. The market will probably continue to move in rhythm. But we also have coming up next week, we have, so NZD, odd is going to get some movement. NZD is going to be the pair that you really want to watch next week. And then Friday, we'll get some GBP news, GDP growth and things. Okay, so what I'm looking at on GBP USD, I would like to see it continue to grow. If I'm looking, let me see if I can verify something on a higher time frame that tells us what's happening. Man, this is a nice little man, this would be nice. But to be honest, I can't really give you one way or another. What I can say is you want to stay in rhythm with this pair. So the way the market's set up, this market's going to come up, find some resistance here, and it's going to fall. Right? There has to be some pullback. So if I'm looking at this market now, I'm saying, well, listen, we're probably going to get some pullback to this point, and then we could get a push up. But it's just like anything else, right? You literally are going to have, you're literally going to have to stay in rhythm with this pair. Because at this point, with this huge push to the upside, right, this massive action because of the sentiment of the USD, this market's going to start kind of slowing down, and you're going to want to watch. You're going to continue to watch it, but you'll want to trade it level to level. If you didn't get in down here, right? Because if you got it down here, you just let that thing ride. You just continue to move your stop loss into profit. But the way that it's, but if you're looking for another opportunity, you're gonna wait for the market to pull back to these zones, and you just trade them, zone to zone. As the market retests, if it breaks, you take profit here. If it breaks, retest, get back in, then you take profit at this next spot, right? This is how you just stay in rhythm with the pair. And you can twin trade it, right? You can put a position, 2 positions down here. Once price get here, you close one and you keep the other one open and see how far, and you move that second position into profit. You see how far you can take this market. I would love for it to come back up here. It would take a while. I don't see it really getting there for quite some time. So we're really going to have to, we're just going to have to stay in rhythm. When I say stay in rhythm, you got to stay in rhythm with the pair like that. So let me put this in the chat. Oh, my fault. Did I call you a female? I'm sorry. Jason, my fault, bro. My fault. My apologies. You know what? When people see my name, they instantly think I'm a female. And so I always got, then they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were, I apologies, bro. A couple other pairs that I was looking at, and I just want to stay in rhythm, is AuddCAD. There's some CAD news that's taking place this week. I think this is a really good trade opportunity as well. And I'm kind of just staying in rhythm with a few pairs right now. But AuddCAD is another one, right? And if you look at if you saw my video that I posted, right, AuddCAD is up on some support, right? What I'm looking for, right, is I want to see price come back up here to this area. Because if it comes back to 9475, I'm going to sell the heck out of this pair down to this zone 9370 or 75. Now, if the market doesn't give me this move back up, well, then we understand, right, based on our trading strategies, that we wait for a nice break retest of this zone. And I'm watching this on the 4 hour. Excuse me, I'm watching this on the 4 hour. So you want to see it close beyond this point on the 4 hour. Because right now we're just getting wicks, which means we're getting exhaustion. So I would, because of this exhaustion, you see these wicks down here, that's telling me that the market wants to push back up to this zone for 50 pips before it falls. And so I'm not interested in this buy right here. I'm only interested in the sell if it comes up here. Or, if you get a break and retest, then you could potentially sell it for about 50 pips down. But I really want to take the market up at this C point. Why? So, any of you guys trade harmonics, right? You understand that you get certain retracement points which can help identify a potential harmonic pattern. And so, Ray Robinson, who's another harmonic scanner educator who I talk to a lot, and we converse, and he's teaching me how to really, really see these markets without using the scanner. We were talking about this cipher pattern on AuddCAD that he's seeing. And what a cipher pattern is you're going to get so the importance of a cipher pattern is once you find your X, A, B, C, and D points, the B point has to retrace between X and A from a 382 to a 618, right? Those are your measurements. So if I took my fib, if I identify these points, I'm identify this is my X point, here's my A point, here's my B point, here's my C point, right? And potentially I'm looking to take this market up here, and this is going to be my D point. So from X to A, right, between the fib retracement for B has to be between 382 and 618. Right now we have a retracement point at B. It happened right here between the 50 and the 618. So that's a valid point for a potential cipher. Now the C point has to be between 127 and 141 in order for it to be a valid cipher. So how do I identify that? So let me get rid of this fib. I'm going to measure from X to A. From A to B, and this number here has to be between 1.27 and 141. Look where we're at, right there. So that's a valid C point, which then tells me my D point is going to be a 786 retracement from X to A. And so how do I identify that? I'm going to take my fib and I'm going to measure from X to A. And I'm looking for that 786 retracement, which is right here. So this will be the end of my zone, right? And that's where my D completion point will be. And if you guys don't understand this, which you probably don't, make sure you get on Ray's session and watch his recording because he talks about this a lot. But I just wanted to show you what I'm looking at, right? When I'm looking at this particular pair. So we can get a push down to AuCAD on AuCAD. That's going to then give us an up move. Okay. Now, this is what I said in my video. I said, listen, if price comes back up here before it does our D completion point, well, then I'm going to look to sell the heck out of this, right? I want to see this because I want to take this move. I want to eat on this twice. But if the market does not come back up here, but does come down here, that's definitely a sell, right? Definitely a sell. Why? I'm sorry, definitely a buy. It's going to be definitely a buy. Why? Because we have all this broken structure right here, which I tried to identify with this orange box, right? We had all this broken structure up here and no retest. So that tells me that, boom, the market's going to come down and then shoot back up to retest this zone. So AuCAD is a very, very beautiful pair that you're going to want to stay in rhythm with as well. Because, and I'm going to put some notes here so we have it. And the same take profits, if we get a sell up here, these same take profit levels on the way down, if we get a buy right here, will be the same take profit levels on the way up. If that makes sense. Any questions on that? So I'm gonna write it up. So if price retests 0.9470 before it drops to 93.9371, then sell to 0.9371. Now, but if price drops to 0.9371 before going to 0.9474 or 70, the sell is invalid. Okay. And no matter what, look to buy at 0.9371. Because that is going to be our completion point, right, of the harmonic pattern. Now, if you look to buy, usually our stop losses are below the X point. So you're looking at a potential, 60 pip stop loss on that. You can cut, of course, we can always cut it shorter, than that. You don't have to. At least give yourself 40 pips on that. But like that. What happened to my text box? Undo. Undo. Okay, there we go. I'll just say what happened. Is this recording? Yes. Yes, the recording. This is being recorded. What is the RSI saying on AutoCAD H4? Great question. Where is my RSI? I don't even have RSI up here. Indicator. So the RSI on the H4 is looking like it wants to push up. So there's definitely some divergence on it, right? I think I was saying that yesterday as well. Like this market's going down, but our RSI is starting to make a push up. So we are getting some divergence on this market. So we probably will get a push up on this at some point. Right, we probably will get that push up before we get the push down, but that's some nice divergence right there. Price is going one way, but the RSI is going in another direction. But really like this. Really like this pair as well. So I just wanted to give this one to you. Let's go to the chat. Bollinger Bands. This, where will we be posting this recording? The recording will be in our disclaimer group. It'll also be on. Yeah, excuse me. I'll put it in our disclaimer group for sure on Telegram. Everybody in there. If not, somebody please drop the link. Rick wants to look at Bollinger Bands. Let me put a Bollinger Band on here. I'll put 2. Yeah, see the Bollinger Band's coming. It's already hit 2 of the Bollinger Bands, made a push up. But you see, this is another reason why I like this area. If we get a push up, our 50 MA is right there at our sell point. So we really could get a push up, man. I'd be surprised if we don't. I'm just staying in rhythm. Because I want this sell and I want this buy, right? I don't want anything else but that. Go back to the chat. Make sure we get these questions answered. I usually grab them as well and make them available to my subgroups. Okay, perfect. Okay, let me give you guys AutoCAD as well. There's a lot kind of going on, but again, when we train like this, I want you guys to see the full picture of the trades because, this is why I say stay in rhythm. The market can always shift at any point in time. So we just want to grab as much as we can and get the heck out. That is why I always twin trade. For those that don't know, I always twin trade, which means I always have 2 positions, and my first position, I'm always closing out at 20 pips. I do not let 20 pips leave, and then I put my stop loss in the profit. And then, of course, when you're an experienced trader, like myself, you can kind of gauge whether or not you want to get back in the trade, if it takes you out in profit or not. But for those that are beginning, I would say, listen, 2 positions, 20 pips, take profit. Once it reaches 20 pips, take your other position, move it into profit. So it becomes risk-free at all times. I'm telling you guys, 20 pips a day, man, will literally have you doing things, that you couldn't do before. But anyway, guys, it's 10:30, man. That is my time. Usually I don't want these calls to go that long. I got some things to do today. But, man, I appreciate everybody hopping on. I salute you guys in your journeys, man. I salute our leaders on these calls. Pastor Carl, Ardell, man, of course, our chairman, Rashard Duncan, is Dr. Kathari on today. And God Love, Damon, man, I salute you guys and your interaction on these calls all the time. My man, Soka Skip, man, I appreciate you, bro. Always, man, I see you on all the sessions. I also, I see you on IML, everybody's IML TV, so I just know that you're just soaking so much up and you are getting it. And I've been on Stevenson Lindor sessions a few times in the class, and I see you in there, talking and conversating. That's where the growth comes from. Guys, just sitting on these calls and not interacting and not, asking questions, you're never going to grow. I'm just going to be honest. I was the guy that sat in the back and didn't ask questions, and I didn't grow until I started being listened, understanding that this was my journey and I had to take it by the horns. That is when I started to grow. And so I want you guys to do the same. Reach out to your leaders. Make sure that they know that you're winning. I mean, that you're still here, you're still active. And if there's anything that you're missing, anything that you need, guys, your leaders can get you in the right direction, right? Can get you the answer. If they don't know, they can reach out to somebody that does. And so, guys, I just applaud you all on your journey. We'll see you all this week. I'm on Tuesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. I'm on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern on IML TV. If you guys want to follow me, continue to trade with me, stay in rhythm with some of these pairs, do so. I'll be on. If not, we'll see you next Saturday. So salute y'all. Love y'all. Man, we'll see y'all next week.